Mr. Herman and Mr. Spindler, welcome. We're going to take public comment. Both of you gentlemen will get 3 minutes each.
Find another council member.
Where's the other council member to get a quorum?
Good afternoon. This is Councilmember Gil Cedillo. We are here to commence the Housing Committee meeting. Today is Wednesday, March 27th, 2019, room 1010, City Hall, 3 p.m. I will be joined by my colleague, Marquise Harris Dawson, who is nearby in another meeting. Mr. Councilmember Paul Corcoran will not be available this week, and we will miss him, but we will proceed regardless. And at this moment, we're going to take public comment from Mr. Spindler, Mr. Herman, 3 minutes each.
All right.
Your pleasure.
There you go. Now you go for it. Okay. So let's get to number 4, Mr. Puppet. Yes, item number 4 is to give One West Bank the opportunity to give free money away to people who want to buy a house. Now, we like that. That's good. And when you go to Mr. Cedillo, a.k.a. Mr. Cedillo's office, he has a handout on how to get up to $25,000 of free money for buying a house in the city. So $25,000 times 400,000, what is that about, 40? Yes, 40. Okay, this will help 40 lucky homeowners. Isn't that nice? And I make a further amendment, a friendly amendment, which will pass, Mr. City Attorney, to make all the funds only available in the first district and not the others. Yes. Second. Mr. Marchese, aye. Okay, very good. And of course, we've been joined here by our colleague, Mr. Marquise Harris Dawson. He likes to wear a red bow tie. Oh, it's an orange bow tie. No, it's red. No, it's orange. Yes, orange is the new red for Mr. Marchese, yes. And so he wears a bow tie because he's here today in number 3 to beg you to take public property and give it to a couple of his buddies down there in the 8th District. Land use sneakiness, yes. And what we used to have, Mr. Cedillo, a.k.a. Cedillo, used to have a man working for him named Eduardo, better known as Witness 2. But now he told Marquise, a.k.a. Marchese, a.k.a. Marquise Weezar Harris Dawson III, how to get free money by taking city parcels, aggregating them, putting them in an LLC, so then you can launder further money through this campaign donations and other MICLA grants. It's all very confusing, even for a puppet, but the important thing is you're going to make millions and millions of dollars, and hopefully for Marchese, hopefully when who's going to get indicted in the 2nd District? Supervisor. Oh, okay. When the Ridley Thomas clan, known as witnesses 4A, 5A, 6A, and 9A, get indicted, they don't put Marchese in as one of the other co-conspirators. So again, we're here for you, and the only place to go is the 1st District. The rest of the districts are under suspicion, so we don't want to give them any money right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nunca cambiará, nunca había justicia. ¿Por qué? ¿Es sordo? ¿No sabe que el señor en Distrito 15, el pinche puto, en inglés pussy, jobusquiano, dice que quiere resolución para requesta autoridad de sociales por multifamily? No, no es cierto. Yo sabe mucho, pero en mi número palabra es Ingles. So, what is Joe Busquiano up to with this multifamily conduit? What is he trying to embezzle out of $4 million? Weren't we under the disguise of Plum when they said to Seabreeze, and Seabreeze said, Ms. Hans are not a part of the stealing. It's this dumb motherfucker, Jose Huizar, and us who do Plum. That's why that goddamn Negro up there has his back to me, because I'm talking the truth. Then I go to the next item under Rick Caruso, CD8, Ownership Participation Agreement. But LA Crisis is about affordable housing, and Rick Caruso, the snitch, the rat, along with Ridley Sebastian Thomas, have a war regarding USC. So fuck the spoiled children, and I hope all those fucking parents and their families get indicted for stealing public money. So as far as my normal rant, under 42 USC 1983 and the Bain Act 52.1, followed by the Brown Act 54950 through /963, is that there is no justice when you got fucking Mike Feuer's best right-hand stealing friend with attorney fees. And you fucking people sit there like you're surprised when we got a pussy along with another pussy like you, Mr. Dawson, stealing public funds and saying that bonds and grants are for the purpose of our children. Fuck you. Fuck you up your white ass, nigger. Because when you turn your back on an American citizen like me, all I can say is you're one dumb nigger.
Mr. Clerk, can we now move to read into the record items 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Okay. Item number 1, CAO and HCADLA reports and resolution relative to request for authority to issue a supplemental tax exempt multifamily conduit revenue bond in the amount of $4,100,000 for the Jordan Downs Phase 1A Apartments project. Item number 2, CAO and HCIDLA reports and resolution relative to authorization to apply to the California Debt Limit Allocation Committee for an allocation of the state's ceiling on qualified private activity bonds for a mortgage credit certificate program in the amount of $26,837,860. Item number 3, CAO, HCIDLA, and City Attorney reports and ordinance relative to authorizing an ownership participation agreement and conveyance of the 3 parcels of city-owned property located at 8707 to 8727 South Menlo Avenue, 9742 to 8746 South Vermont Avenue, and 8750 to 8752 South Vermont Avenue with the 88th and Vermont MGP LLC and related matters. This matter has also been referred to the Homelessness and Poverty Committee. Also, number 4, are we?
Number 4 will be a report from the mayor's office.
Okay. Item number 4, CO and HCIDLA reports relative to the 2018 Community Reinvestment Act grant application to One West Bank for the city's low-income purchase assisted home ownership program, and a request for authority to apply for a third grant of $400,000 in 2019.
Okay, move those items on consent. No objection? No objection. Yes, the recommendations are we will adopt the CAO reports on items 1 and 2. We will adopt CAO report and city attorney report and ordinance on item 3. And we will adopt the CAO report on item number 4. Now we will hear on the program year 45 consolidated plan from the mayor's office.
Okay, item number 5 then is communications from the mayor relative to the consolidated plan program year 45 second year action plan for 2019-2020.
Ms. Shockley, we're so very happy to see you today.
Well, thank you, sir. Good to see you as well.
Yes.
Good afternoon, council members. I'm Brenda Shockley, Deputy Mayor of Economic Opportunity for Mayor Eric Garcetti. I'd like to start by thanking the Housing Community Investment Department, particularly Rushmore Cervantes and Abigail Marquez, and the entire Housing and Community Investment team for their hard work in vetting the funding request and preparing the proposed 45th Program Year Consolidation Plan, which the mayor released on March 1st. The Consolidated Plan, commonly called the CON Plan, includes the Community Development Block Grant, Emergency Solutions Grant, Home Investment Partnerships Program, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS. And this is grant funding, as you know, also from the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The mayor's strategy for the 45th year for the CON Plan is to reflect the current reality of Angelenos and meet not only legislative requirements, but the legislative spirit and intent of these grants to address poverty, equity, and the needs of the city's most vulnerable residents, including an increased focus and investment in preventing homelessness. Total funding for the 45th year is estimated to be approximately $138 million, and included with the mayor's letter on March 1st is a line item budget for the 45th year, and that is listed as Attachment B. This is the first time, this is the first time that the city's fiscal year and the Community Development Block Grant Program year are aligned, which allows the city to actually see all of the funding to go into a project at the same time. Prior to this year, as you know, the program year was one that was from April to March and was always off a quarter. And thank you last year when you put in sufficient dollars to allow us to align this. HCID and the Commission for Community and Family Services convened 3 community meetings to inform the general public about the action plan process and to solicit input. Meetings were held in South Los Angeles, East Los Angeles, and the Valley area. Attachment F provides a summary of the public comments from those meetings. The mayor's office, along with HCID, also met individually with each council office to discuss funding applications in their district and to determine council office priorities. Through coordination with your staff, we are happy to report that each council office's list of priorities provided in those meetings have been included in the proposed fiscal program year 45 budget. I'm also pleased to announce the new and expanded citywide initiatives that have been proposed for funding that will advance the city's effort to achieve the consolidated plan goals. These projects include a children's savings account initiative, expanded hours for Los Angeles, LA's best summer programs in the promise zones, and seed funding for a right to counsel program. There are also proposed funding for projects in the Skid Row area that will leverage the HEAP funding, the funding from the state of California and funding investment to expand the pit stop mobile restroom and sidewalk sweeping and litter abatement programs in Skid Row. These projects include the Skid Row Neighborhood Improvement Project to construct pedestrian access ramp improvements and signalized and non-signalized intersections, and also the Skid Row Community Space Project to assist local organizations improve their existing space with paint, furniture, audiovisual equipment to reflect the importance of trauma-informed care services and community space for residents of the area, both housed and unhoused. It is also critically important that CONPLAN funding is directed to projects that are, quote, shovel-ready, to ensure that there are no issues with timeliness, which we have had in past years. Also included in our letter, the mayor's letter, is attachment D, is the CDBG Future Projects Priority Funding List that will continue to be updated and reviewed for future funding consideration. The mayor looks to work collaboratively with the council on this process, and the team in the Mayor's Office of Economic Opportunity looks forward to continuing to coordinate with your staff to finalize the program year 45 budget. We thank you for your time and are happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Nope. going to have the CLA evaluate the plan and then report back. Yep. We direct the CLA to review the council office priorities and to report on the mayor's proposed 45th program year con plan, including funding for the jobs plan and its associated economic development programs, homeless and housing priorities, and parks and rec facilities. We will continue the item.
Very good.
Any objection? Nope. Everybody clear? Yes? Okay. Is there any other business before us?
That clears the desk, Mr. Chair.
That clears the desk. I think this meeting is adjourned. Move to adjourn.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I take care. Temp, I believe. Okay.